Have you ever heard people say, just think about what you want and it will come to you? They make manifestation sound like a wish that magically turns into reality. But let me tell you something. Manifestation is not magic. It is not about sitting in a room, closing your eyes, and waiting for the universe to do all the work. No. It is about the energy you carry, the mindset you cultivate, and the actions you take every single day. I used to believe that my circumstances defined me, that life was unfair, and I had no control over what happened next. But the moment I changed my perspective, everything changed, because manifestation is not just about what you want, it's about what you believe. It's about how you show up for yourself, even when the world makes you feel small. If you keep saying, "Oh, I can't do this here," or "good things never happen to me," then that is the energy you are putting into the world, and the world will reflect that back to you. But the day you start saying, "I am capable, I am worthy, and I am enough," you will see the shift. Not because the universe suddenly starts favoring you, but because you start favoring yourself. You start taking chances, making decisions, and stepping forward with the belief that you deserve more. Think of it this way. If you plant a seed and never water it, will it grow? No. But if you nurture it, give it sunlight and protect it from the storm, it will turn into something beautiful. Your dreams work the same way. Just wishing for something is not enough. Love. You have to show up for yourself every day, even when it's hard, even when nothing seems to be working. Because manifestation is not about luck. It's about consistency, about aligning your energy with your actions. There were days I wanted to give up, days when I thought, maybe this is it. Maybe life will always be this way. But then I realized that my thoughts were shaping my reality. And if I wanted a different outcome, I had to change the way I saw myself. So I did. I stopped waiting for a miracle and started becoming one for myself. And that is when everything changed. So today, I want to tell you this. Manifestation is not some mystical force. It is already within you. It is in the way you think, the way you speak to yourself, and the way you choose to move forward despite the odds. Because the moment you believe in something with your whole heart, and you work towards it with unwavering faith, life has no choice but to align in your favor. Because the life you dream of is already waiting for you, if only you believe. Have you ever noticed how the things you say to yourself become your reality? We often underestimate the power of our thoughts, but the truth is, they shape everything. The way you think determines the way you feel, and the way you feel determines the way you act. And before you know it, your entire life starts reflecting the thoughts you have been feeding your mind. I have met people who constantly say, "I am not good enough. I always fail, or nothing ever works out for me." And when you look at their lives, you see exactly that. Missed opportunities, constant setbacks, and a cycle of self-doubt that never ends. But is life really against them? Or have they convinced themselves that this is the only reality possible? You see, when you keep repeating something, it becomes your truth. If you tell yourself, "I am not smart enough," you will never take the steps needed to grow. If you believe, "I am unlucky," you will never see the chances that life is offering you. But the moment you start saying, "I am capable, I deserve happiness, and good things are coming my way," you will begin to see the shift. Not because life magically changes overnight, but because you start showing up differently. You start making choices from a place of belief rather than fear. When I went through one of the darkest phases of my life, I had two choices. Let my circumstances define me, or redefine myself through my thoughts. I could have told myself, "Oh, this is the end." And instead I said, "This is the beginning." And that one thought changed everything. Because when your thoughts change, your energy changes. When your energy changes, your actions change. And when your actions change, your life changes. So today, I want to remind you, be careful with the words you repeat in your mind. Speak to yourself with kindness, with belief, with certainty that you are capable of more. Because the reality you live in is simply a reflection of the thoughts you choose to hold on to. Because the life you dream of is already waiting for you, if only you believe. There was a time when I used to ask, "Oh, why is this happening to me?" I would look at my struggles, my failures, and my pain and wonder if life was unfair, if I had been dealt the wrong cards, if maybe I just wasn't meant for happiness. And the more I asked this question, the more trapped I felt, because I was looking at my life as something that was happening to me, rather than something that was happening for me. It took me years to realize that perspective changes everything. That sometimes what feels like a setback is actually a setup for something greater. That sometimes what feels like rejection is actually redirection. But in the moment, it is hard to see. When you are struggling, when doors are closing, when life isn't going the way you planned, it is so easy to believe that you are a victim of your circumstances. But let me tell you something. Life is not punishing you. It is preparing you. Think about it. Every challenge you have ever faced taught you something, hasn't it? Maybe it made you stronger. Maybe it made you more compassionate. Maybe it forced you to change directions and discover something new. The problem is, we often don't see the lesson while we are in the middle of the struggle. We only see the pain. But what if, instead of asking, why is this happening to me, we asked, what is this trying to teach me? What if we stopped resisting our challenges and started embracing them as part of our journey? When I stopped seeing myself as a victim, everything changed. I no longer felt helpless because I realized that even in my lowest moments, I still had a choice. I could choose to stay stuck in self-pity, or I could choose to rise. I could choose to believe that my story was over, or I could choose to write a new one. And that is the power we all have. The power to shift our mindset, to change the way we look at life, and to believe that even our hardest days are leading us to something better. So today I want to remind you, your struggles are not here to break you. They are here to build you. Stop seeing yourself as powerless. Stop believing that life is working against you. Because when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Because the life you dream of is already waiting for you, if only you believe. Have you ever stopped to listen to the way you speak to yourself? The words you repeat in your mind every single day. Most of the time, we don't even realize how harsh we are to ourselves. I am not good enough. I will never succeed. I am a failure. And we say these things so often that they start to feel like the truth. But let me ask you something. If a friend came to you feeling broken, would you say these things to them? Would you tell them they are not good enough? That they will never make it? That they will never make it? No, you would remind them of their strength, their worth, and their ability to rise again. So why is it that we find it so easy to be kind to others, yet so difficult to be kind to ourselves? The way you speak to yourself matters. Every word you say plants a seed in your mind. If you keep feeding yourself negativity, how can you expect to grow into something strong and beautiful? But the moment you change the way you talk to yourself, everything changes. Instead of saying, I can't do this, try saying, I am learning. Instead of thinking, I always fail, remind yourself, I am growing with every challenge. Because the words you choose don't just describe your reality, they create it. They create it. I know this because I have lived it. There was a time when I believed I was not enough. I looked at my struggles and saw only weakness. But then I realized that I was not weak. I was surviving. I was fighting. And that meant I was strong. The only thing that needed to change was the way I spoke to myself. So I started choosing better words. I told myself I was capable. I reminded myself that I was worthy. And slowly my reality began to reflect that belief. So today, I want you to pay attention to the way you speak to yourself. Be gentle, be kind, be encouraging, because the words you tell yourself will either break you or build you. And you deserve to be built, because the life you dream of is already waiting for you. If only you believe. If only you believe. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract success, happiness, and opportunities, while others feel stuck no matter how hard they try? The truth is, we don't attract what we want. We attract what we believe. There is a big difference between the two. You can want success, but if deep down you believe you are not good enough, you will never take the steps needed to reach it. You can want happiness, but if you believe you don't deserve it, you will always find reasons to stay in situations that bring you pain. Your beliefs shape your reality. They determine the way you see yourself, the way you show up in the world, and the kind of energy you bring into every situation. For the longest time, I believed that I was broken, that my challenges had taken something away from me. And because I believed that, I kept finding proof everywhere. I saw my struggles as limits, my failures as the end of the road, and my life as something I had no control over. But the day I changed that belief, everything changed. I stopped seeing myself as weak. I stopped waiting for life to get better on its own. Instead, I told myself, I am strong, I am capable, and I am worthy of the life I dream of. And when I started believing that, I started seeing proof of it everywhere. You see, life reflects back to us what we expect from it. If you walk into a room believing no one will like you, you will hold yourself back, you won't speak up, you won't engage fully, and as a result, you'll prove your own belief right. But if you walk in believing you belong, you will carry yourself differently, you will connect, you will shine, and life will reflect that belief back to you. This is why changing what you believe about yourself is the most powerful thing you can do. It won't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and practice. But the moment you start shifting your beliefs, you will see the difference. Opportunities will open up. People will respond to you differently. Life will start aligning with the energy you put out. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. So today, I want to remind you, don't just wish for a better life. Believe you are worthy of it. Believe in your strength, your potential, and your ability to rise. Because the work will always reflect back to you the things you believe about yourself. Because the life you dream of is already waiting for you. If only you believe. Have you ever noticed how life starts to change the moment you truly believe in something? Not just hope for it, not just wish for it, but deeply, wholeheartedly believe that it is possible for you. That is the power of faith. Not just in the universe, not just in destiny, but in yourself. For the longest time, I thought life would change first, and then I would start believing in myself. I thought that once I saw proof, once things started getting better, once opportunities came my way, then I would have confidence. But I was wrong. Life doesn't work that way. You don't wait for things to change so you can believe in yourself. You believe in yourself first, and that belief creates the change. Think about it. Every great achievement in the world started with belief. The belief that something impossible could be made possible. The belief that a difficult situation could turn around. The belief that no matter how many times you fall, you can get back up. The only difference between people who succeed and those who don't is not luck, not talent, not circumstances. It is belief. The belief that they are capable, the belief that they are worthy. And because they believe it, they take steps to make it real. But if you don't believe in yourself, what happens? You hesitate. You doubt yourself. You don't try, or if you do, you hold back. And when you hold back, you miss opportunities. You convince yourself that you are not enough. But what if for once you told yourself, I am ready, I am worthy, I can do this? How different would your life be if you stopped waiting for permission and started trusting yourself? I know one thing for sure, the life you dream of is not just a fantasy. It is real. It is possible. But it starts with you. Not tomorrow, not next year. Right now, believe in yourself and watch how life begins to shift in ways you never imagined. Because the life you dream of is already waiting for you, if only you believe. At the end of the day, everything comes down to one simple truth. Your life is a reflection of what you believe. If you believe you are powerless, life will prove you right. But if you believe you are capable, strong, and worthy of everything you desire, life will align itself in ways you never expected. Manifestation is not magic. It is the power of your thoughts, your words, and your actions working together. It is choosing to see life not as something happening to you, but as something happening for you. It is the way you speak to yourself, the way you carry yourself, and the way you refuse to settle for anything less than what you deserve. So today, I want you to walk away with just one thing: believe. Believe that you are enough. Believe that you are capable. Believe that no matter where you are right now, your story is still unfolding and the best chapters are yet to come. The life you dream of is not beyond your reach. It is already waiting for you. You just have to take the first step with faith. I wish you all the courage to believe in yourselves, the strength to push forward, and the wisdom to see the beauty in your journey. Good luck and thank you.